Okay, guys, you're welcome back. Now, this is Kenny. Today, I'm happy because I will be having some dates, right? Yeah. And we're going to see, you guys will see the question that would lead me to my dates today. So I'll share my screen now. All right. So my dates will eventually come to me, or I'll find them using this question. Write a Python program which accepts a user's birthday in this format: day, month, year as digits. Then display the number of days from that day to this time. Okay, that's the question. So that's it, guys. Well, today we'll be working with dates, but I'm going to use a Python class that is part of the datetime module, right? So let me just import that. We'll be working with this, guys. From datetime, it's called datetime. Import the datetime class. Okay, so that's it. That's all we need. All right, so guys, we need to accept as a string, in this format, we need to accept the birthday of the user, and then we write a program that will compute the number of days it's been from that day to this time. So let's see, guys. I'm going to create a variable that will get the user's input in the format required. So to do that, I'll just say bday, that is birthday input. Birthday input, and enter your birthday in this format. What's the format, guys? I think it should be dd, mm, and yyyy. That's it. So that grabs the input from the user. And the next thing we want to do is to convert. We need to convert this string to a datetime object. That's what we want to do now. We need to convert it to a datetime object and grab the dates from datetime object. Okay, so let's code it up, guys. bd, or should I say I should say dtbd, bday, that is datetime birthday in that format, and I am going to get the datetime class, so that's available to us now. Datetime dot, now there's this method that's a method of datetime object, a datetime method, which is called str datetime. I suppose it's string pass time, so that's passing a string to time. So that's what we're going to take here. Then I need to supply what the user has actually imputed, that is the bday as the argument for that. Okay, then the next thing now is that I need to get the dates from the datetime objects that we've created so far. Okay, so to do that, I'll just get date out of it. The datetime object contains a lot of things about the day. That is the year, the month, the time, the hour, minute, seconds, just name it. But we just need the date from that datetime object. You guys understand? All right. Then the next thing I want to do is to get the date now, today's date, based on what the time is now. Okay. So I'm going to say date now, d now, and again I'll use the datetime class here, and I'm going to call the dates. I'll call the dates. Now the date for this is going to take the parameter that is the datetime object representing now this current time. So that to do that, I'm just going to call the datetime, get the datetime class, and a method of the datetime object there, which is called now. All right. So we're making progress. Guys, don't get confused. Understand what we're doing here. This is a datetime object, and the date. We want to create a date that is now, the date based on now. But what is now? Now can also be obtained by, getting this, using the method now, which is part of, a method of the datetime object. If you guys get what I mean. So from this datetime object presenting now, we get the date that is for now. So that's what we are doing here. With these two now, we can now get the difference between the two, right? And then we'll store it in a variable. So I'm going to say this is diff, the difference in date. So should I say d_diff, that's date difference, which is now going to be, I suppose that in terms of digit value, integer value, the current date will be greater than the past date, which is the birthday. So I will just say DTB, that is the date as of now, as of then, which I will subtract from the date as of now, D now. So that's it. So if, for example, this is 2021 now, and my birthday is, say, 1995, so it will be blah, 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 2021 minus blah, 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 1995, just like that. Now, guys, what we've created here is something called a time delta object, which is like the duration. It's just the duration of time from this time to this time. It's called the time delta object. So with that now, from our time delta, okay, you know what I'm going to do, guys? Let's just have this as a unit there of data, okay? That will be, since it's an object, it's a time delta object, I'm going to use a method, the time delta method there, called days, because I want to get the difference in terms of days. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. And this here is, it's not a method now. You see that there are no parentheses. So this is a property of the time delta object. So please, no parentheses. I just want to get an integer value. So it's going to return an integer here, a number that's for like days. Right. So next, I can't say if it's an integer or a floating point, but it's going to return a number. So I can't be sure about that, but it's going to return a number, guys. That's what I can, assuredly say. Then the next thing I want to do now is to display or output the result to the console. So I'll just print, and that will be the date difference, the date diff. Okay, so guess we're good. Let's run the program. Um, 12th November 1999. Oh, there's an error. Let's see. 2 arguments, 1 given. Oh, sorry guys. I don't know. I left out something so important. I see now. Okay, so there's something missing here. We need, you see what it says here? SRP time requires 2 arguments, but I've provided just 1, which is the input by the user. But we haven't given it the format it's going to use to convert to the date, because there should be a date format. You know, like when you are teaching, you have, or you're writing a letter, there are formats for, you know, dates. So this method needs the format so that it can pass the string to, you know, date time object before it can now convert to date. So let's give it that. Just guys, follow this. You need this percentage sign, right? And as this day, percentage sign, month, percentage sign, capital Y, right? So that's the format. So it's just going to be something like, sorry, this, like this, please, and this. So it's just going to be something like 15th October 1987. So that's the format of the dates that we need. So that's it. That's what we given here. So don't get confused. Now you could see, just go online and Google Python date formats. So you find a lot. So in programming, I've observed that it's not about memorizing the syntax, memorizing words, but it's more about knowing what to do. If you understand what to do, then you know where to get help. And there are millions of resources you can find online to help your life. But make sure that you're not just consuming, taking content without practicing. It should be about solving problems. Get yourself into building projects, solving problems. You may not have very complex problems, just basic maths, for example, as secondary school students, basic maths. Just make sure that you are solving problems, okay? So with that now, I can run program again. Hope there are no errors this time. So I would say 14th October 1999. What does it say again? Day, month. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys. My site. That's not too good. Okay, so I should have this. And this. guess, and this with this $sign should be at the beginning. Then, I mean, not the $sign, the percentage sign. I need to make sure that I can see this, and then just like this. Okay, so I guess that's it. Let's try 18 October 1999. Still a problem here. What could be the problem? What could be the problem? Okay, I think I've got it, guys. I put the / in the wrong place. Okay. All right, so let's get on with it. 18th October 1999. So that's it, guys. So it's been 8,046 days from 18th October 1999 to this current time. But I don't think I want the message, displayed this way. So I need to format the output. So what do I do? I'll do that very quickly, right? So taking my dates, the number of days, which is stored in this variable, I'm just going to create a new variable. Let me say formatted date or formatted structure of the number of days, FD, whatever. Then FD, which is going to be, say, all right, let me just print and use the format method. Let me just print this. The number of days from your birthday to this time is, I'm using this method for the first time, okay? It's format, it's just called format. It takes no argument, just like, okay, yeah, it takes an argument, sorry, but we need to be mindful of something. If I'm not using numbers here, like so, then I must make sure that they come in the right order. Now, this is just a placeholder. So it's going to say if there's 5 here as the argument, the first argument for format, then the system will just place it here so that this will read the number of days from your birthday to this time is 5. Do you understand? So 5 will just be, 5 will replace this placeholder. That's just what it is. And then I'm using the format method. So the number of days is diff. I think it's better, the message is better displayed this way. Okay, so let me run the program again. October 2001. The number of days, so it says here, the number of days from your birthday to this time is 7,315. 7,315. Okay, but now I'm thinking, guys, what if a user gives us the date in the wrong format? That's going to crash. I suppose that's going to crash our system. Let's just see. So I'm a silly user, for example, and I'm going to give my dates as my date of birth as this 18 December 2004. Right. So that raises an error. It throws an error here, value error. You see, guys, the format, I've asked the system to use this date format, but as a user, I am providing something else. I'm using hyphens in my dates, in providing my date. So that's going to confuse Python. So what do we do now? Instead of crashing the system, we need to handle the error. So a bit of error handling is what I'm going to do here. So again, I encourage you to go online and read up all you can about error handling in Python. I may do a tutorial, I may do a video on Python error handling in the future. It all depends. So let me use a try catch block for that. So if it's not in the right format, then you should do something else. Maybe show us a message asking us to do the right thing. So I'm going to say try, just like that. Now I need to indent because they shouldn't be, at par. What I have in the try, within the try block, should be indented. Okay. Try. Now, if all is successful, I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this out of the try somewhere here. So the user just inputs the birthday at the very beginning. So now the keyword there is except. That is, what it's saying is, if there is a problem, if there's an issue, an error, then this should happen. So I'm going to kind of catch that error here. Okay. So I will just print there is a problem, possibly with the date format. All right, so that's it. Okay, so guys, let's see. August 2002. No problem. Now I want to deliberately use the wrong date format. 12 December 2002. This time I want to use a hyphen, 2002. Okay, so you see, I shouldn't have this hyphen here. It should be a forward slash. That's why instead of crashing the program, it handles the error. There is a problem possibly with the date format. So that's one use of the try except block. But if you are familiar with other programming languages, you may know this except as catch, try catch, and all. Now, if I want to maybe leave a thank you message, I could add something that must be executed, whether there is an issue or not, whether there's an error or not. And I can have that as finally, finally. I can now print, thank you for using this app. Okay. So 12 December 2001. See what it says here? The number of days from your birthday to this time is 7,260. Thank you for using this app. Now, even if there's an issue with date format, it will show us this error message here, okay, and still print this, the console. This must be executed. The finally block must be executed. Now, if you don't want to use finally in Python, you could use the keyword here else. We use else. So let's try it. This time I'm going to put something wrong date format, 12/12/12/2001. Okay, so there is a problem possibly with the date format. Okay, so thank you for using this app. Doesn't run. That's the difference, guys, between the finally and the else. Okay, so where there is no error, this is executed. The else block of the try except block. Then, if there is an error, it breaks here, outputs this, and it breaks. Okay, so that's it. There's an error. Now let me put finally. Let's get finally back and try running it with a wrong date format. 18th September 2004. So we see the number of days from your birthday to this time is. Now, I should have used the wrong date format. So let me just get that again. This time, I'm so used to the /. So let me use the hyphen, wrong date format. So guys, even though there's an error that will cut here, that finally block still gets executed. Thank you for using this app. All right, so that's it, guys. So you could just fiddle with it. Just, play around with it, go online, get different things. You could get the number, the difference in terms of seconds, and on and on. So these are the seconds and the days. They are properties that you could work with using the time delta object. Okay, so thank you, guys. I hope we learned something today. I'll see you in my next video.